just a heads up.
Well, I've hit record. Can
Oh,
someone else do a Sonic quote today? I feel sick.
hey Knuckles, remember the time? I don't know. I don't know Sonic quotes that you haven't used already.
Yosh! Eggman says
Whoosh!
that.
I mean, you've told me it's fine to just use any quote from Sonic, so I think
Yeah.
Yeah, how about it all comes to this, Jewel containing the ultimate power?
there you go.
There we go.
What does
Okay.
Shadow say when,
It all
like, in
begins
the
with
ending where it
this.
implies he's gonna kill himself
Oh, I
in
can't
Shadow
even
the
remember.
Hedgehog?
I just remember he's talking to Vector, which is a weird person
Yeah.
to have there during such a moment.
Okay,
Oh,
so
Shadow, that's heavy stuff, but
before we get into the recap, your bonds. You said you were gonna do them at the
Hey,
start of this
right,
section.
yeah. And I spent so much time thinking about this, and ultimately, it's like, I guess in the truest spirit of Bond, like, I can just basically just add a new Bond with each of them of, like, almost got me killed, but this doesn't really it doesn't change fundamentally Felina's, like, relationship or thoughts about either. It just kind of calcified certain feelings. But it didn't go along the tracks of any of the existing ones. That's the thing. I think that's why I was just struggling with things. It didn't really fundamentally change it. Because one of my, there's one that I might change, that I was thinking about changing. But again, it's like, I think I'm just gonna, I can update this, but it doesn't really change it, it just intensifies it, and in a less interesting way. Like, I think, Felina analyzing Hero's choices with Ryu and everything is more interesting than Hero fucked up again, be acting without thinking and putting me in danger. Like, I don't know. I'm hoping more development for that will happen organically in the thing.
Okay.
Because I don't think there's anything interesting for me to put down for a Bond,
Leave
even
off
if
the
I would like
bonds
the
then?
XP. Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, then in that case, last we left off, you were in Terrebonne, at Stella's house, and you were about to all go to bed after the Debt Man had come and Felina did something about that with her powers. But instead of doing that, Angelo and Hero decided to go out and pull a little bit of a Sylvana, pull a little bit of a Bullet Girl, and go around and try and find a crime to stop or two.
fuck yeah.
And in the process, they found a mob deal that was going wrong between the Terrebonne main mob and a third party group that had turned out to wanted to get a better deal on some things after getting an offer from a different group called run by a guy named Sanguine. And the deal was going wrong. Weapons were about to be drawn, and that's when Angelo and Hero busted in. They got into a big fight, in which a bunch of with like 9 people got into a bust up. One of them, one of the ones for the third party gang, ran away, got out of there while taking one of the main mob's people hostage with him and ran away from the fight. But you got the rest of them. And you also had 2 suitcases filled with drugs, weapons, and money. And then you had no idea what to do with the suitcases or with the people who had been tied up. So Angelo and Hero then went to Felina about it, and Felina freaked out a bit. Felt that it was,
A bit.
you know,
Yes,
this
huh,
is very dangerous. This was putting her and her mom and stuff in danger. So, but she came up with a plan to lie about exactly what happened, by framing it as going after Sanguine and the weapon smuggling, which was something that the mob was also interested in, and telling that to the mob people. So she sought out someone at Fights to tell that to, who said that she would have to meet with Davros. She and the others would have to meet with Davros about it. And then in the next morning, y'all did meet with Davros, and Felina managed to argue her version of events in a convincing manner, and you managed to get off without having to be indebted in any way. But then you ran into Stella, who was also in the area, and Felina found that suspicious, so you went and hid out somewhere while Felina used her ring to spy on what Stella was doing. And it turns out she was going to meet with Davros as well to get her debts canceled, out of for because he wanted to cancel her debts for some reason. And then it was revealed through a single sentence that Felina is Davros's daughter. Stella said she's your kid too. And that was where we left off. Felina immediately fell back, canceled out her ring, and just fell back almost fainting.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
no.
passed out for a second there.
We pick up there. You're a bit away from where where Stella is meeting Davros. Felina is on the ground, and Angelo and Hero are right by her.
oh no, Angelo, quick! We're gonna have made first aid. Get some water.
She fainted, Hero. She's fine. We'll get her to.
It's not like you haven't seen Felina go unconscious before.
Yeah.
Ac-
We'll take her to. Angelo looks around. Actually, we're still like, how far away are we from like Felina's apartment or?
You're closer to her apartment than you are to Stella's house. You're probably around here.
Yeah.
Roundabout.
Okay. Yeah. Let's just take her to her apartment. Drop her off there.
Okay. Well, I guess he was hoisting this lifeless body of Felina.
Yeah, we head to Felina's apartment.
And Felina, you're just kind of out of it.
Yeah, no, I think Felina is still passed out. Well, this will be
Alright.
fun to have her wake up at her
Gotcha.
apartment.
We get there. I imagine the door is. Scott was there, wasn't he? Like, he was told to head to the apartment.
No, he is actually in Stella's house as well.
Was no
Yeah.
one left at Felina's apartment? I thought someone was.
Nope.
No.
Did you?
Randall might have gone there, but last we saw of him, he was at his grandparents' house.
Yeah,
but it's possible he's
Felina
there.
has her keys on her, so you can just
Yeah.
Oh, okay
use
then.
those.
Yeah. All right. No worries then. So yeah, we drop her off there. Like, I think we just kind of do that, and I don't know. We don't just stand around in her apartment after that. I don't think.
Question.
Angelo's in a very, like, he's got a kind of stern expression on, like, he drops her off, and then, like, the moment he's dropped her off, he just kind of wanders off. He wanders off by himself.
Alrighty.
Just kind of, like, does that without much word, just kind of turns and makes his exit. He's not hovering.
Just a question: how horrible is Felina's room? Like,
It's actually very clean. Stella cleaned it up.
Oh yeah, she did. Well, Hero puts on her bed and make sure.
Her couch,
Yeah,
I believe it would be.
yeah, and he's like, just making sure that she's breathing and all that stuff.
She has a little bed thing sort of in the window. Not like a full bed, but like cushions and blankets and stuff set up in the window.
Yeah, no.
Oh, also a couch. She also has a hammock. She's a cat. She needs multiple sleeping little things.
Right.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I think when she's actually laying down for a bit, not gonna drag this out too long of her being unconscious. Wait, so did Angelo walk out?
Yeah, the moment like Angelo kind of
Yeah.
just opened the door, Hero put her in, and like Angelo probably didn't even enter the apartment. Actually, he just checked the doors open, then
Yeah.
just kind of wandered off. Once that was done.
Dang. So yeah, Felina. So is Hero sticking around then?
No, like, he'll let her have a. He's just making sure she's. Yeah, actually, yeah, no, he's making sure that she's, fine.
Okay, so he is around when she wakes up.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Just kind of just seeing Felina, she kind of stirs. You see her like blink, look up the ceiling, and just like then sigh in relief. Oh, it was all a dream. And then she turns and sees Hero in her apartment and just says, "Fuck, you're real."
Felina, you're awake.
And it seems that way, unfortunately. I was kind of thinking, if I just believed, if I convinced myself that none of this was real, that might make it so.
Well, what happened? Why did you pass out?
Felina just kind of like stares at nothing for a moment, and it's just like, "Hey, yeah, wait, what happened exactly? Where are we? What's going on? What happened? We were at the place, yeah,
Yeah, we were at the place, and then, we got out scot-free. Then your mom came, and she went in to talk with Davros, and you looked intensely at the door, and then you just fell.
Felina again has a stares at nothing for a moment, like sunken look in her eyes, and just right. How long's it been?
How long has it been now?
Probably like 10, 15 minutes.
10, 15 minutes or so. Quite a long face.
Yeah, we should probably check to make sure my mom's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's check on. Would she be at her home? Felina said, yeah, maybe let's go to her house. Where's the other one? She asked, pointing at here, about Angela.
Oh, he went to check. Sorry.
Angelo
What
just
did-
wandered off. He didn't tell you anything.
Yeah.
Like
he
Angelo just
wandered off.
walked away. Like
Yeah.
after the door was
He just
open.
walked away. He just walked away.
Imagine if, obviously, obviously not on a meta level, but I think it would be funny in universe if this was just the last Felina and Hero saw of Angelo.
I've got
Just
this new-
decided,
alright, well,
you know
I'm,
what?
I'm swapping to Davos. I'm playing Davish the elf now.
Nice.
Vigor just walks in. I've been tagged out.
Yeah, Jennifer's finding out he needed, their best guy bodyguarding. Imagine this party dynamic with Hero and Felina, just with fucking Vigor around now.
You never see Angelo again because he walked outside the apartment, had a bag thrown over his head, and was taken away. And that was the real payment to the mob.
Yeah.
But no,
It would work with having Sylvana in the party, though. Having Vigor.
it would be complex considering Vigor is not much on the front lines these days, except when he has to be.
Yeah. He's like Kiryu.
Oh no, Angelo just kind of like he leaves the apartment. He's not like going far. He's just kind of wandering a bit like blindly, I suppose. He's not really looking for anything. He just he didn't want to be there when Felina woke up.
Wow. How mean.
It's almost like you said something really horrible to him last night.
Yeah. It's a good thing Felina would never do something like that.
So yeah,
I
Felina,
find it
hero.
funny too, with the exact nature of what Felina said to Angelo and Wyatt's meme moments before, finding out, like, she has a dad. That's irony.
It's irony indeed. But yeah, Hero is like, "You okay, Felina?"
Oh. No. But yeah, let's keep moving momentum wise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Best to not stop or dwell.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah, of course. It seems like you've seen something harrowing that you. Are you sure you don't want to talk about it?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
For right now.
All right, so you decide to head out to Stella's house.
Yeah.
All right.
I just have to say, like, I'm sorry to, much like how we were in a game for, Legendary Mode, just Breaking Bad frames is on a very iconic moment right now. Very, I think this is good fortune for this game.
My God.
Huel stealing the rice and cigarettes. One of Huel's most legendary moments. I think this bodes well. A pickpocketing moment, in fact. Good omen for Felina.
There we go. Okay, so Angelo, will they wander into you as they leave, or are you
I'm
just
trying
going
to
to be
decide if I want to do something, but
wandering the...
not sure if it's way too drastic, and also it would require me to commission new art.
Oh wow.
It would kind of I should have planned this ahead. And it also is a bit too much for Angelo to do that on very short notice. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just
I
go.
think you should do so. I think it's usually more interesting to do something than to not do something.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna send it. I'm just gonna send it to. I'm just gonna send it to Neo.
Righty.
It's not like super drastic, but
I'm gonna have to be RP real quick.
Alrighty. Go get that laundry.
I have to. Yeah. Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think maybe if you head to like Stella's house, Angelo isn't there right away.
Right.
Also, actually, nah, that's too much, right? Actually, no. Actually, I'm trying to think. This is this is a pace breaker now. This is last minute decision making.
Well, Swede's
Yeah, I know. I'm
getting
trying to.
laundry, so.
I'm just trying to think. Okay. Okie dokie.
Alrighty. He said it would be quick. He said it would be quick.
very quick, he said.
I can't wait for like Felina and Hero to meet up with Angelo to find out he's in fact joined the mob. He shows up with like, you know, the tattoos and everything. Realized I was on the wrong side of this, Felina, clearly. If I want to be cool and, you know, have my name know, you know.
Man, I hate all of these. I'm just going through something. I'm just going through something at the moment. I hate all these. They're all lame.
Yeah.
Actually, no. I think this works. I'm gonna tell you this, Neola, your thing. I'm not actually a fan of what I'm going with, but I think it kind of makes sense for Angelo in this moment.
Alright.
Actually, it is a little cringe, I feel.
It's okay to be cringe.
Yeah. But Angelo is cringe in a very specific way, not in this way.
Hero and Angelo. Hey, hey, Felina, you know, so we just, like, beat up a bunch of mob people, you know, in the middle of a meeting, but a couple of them ran off, you know. What do you think, what do you got a plan? And, Felina.
Nice.
What is quick laundry?
Probably just getting some shit in a hamper.
Yeah.
World's loneliest bird dies surrounded by concrete replicas he thought were his family. Was he truly lonely if he thought those replicas were his family?
I'm
Hard
back.
to say.
Here he is. Okay, so Felina and Hero walking to Stella's house. Is it a quiet walk?
I
Yeah,
guess
unless Hero makes it not quiet.
Hero is. Well, Hero is just walking, wondering. Helena is like, what did she like notice? Like, so.
Yeah, Felina's just like, you know, pretty unresponsive. Like, clearly some mental calculations going on. You know, her eyes keep sort of darting around, you know, invisible numbers flying in front of her face.
Alright, so once you get to Stella's house, she's actually just arrived at her own front door.
Yeah,
She's
there's
about to come
this
in.
moment of freezing. You know, just
Yeah, she
Felina
lets
sort of
you.
like stops in her tracks. Just looking at her mom.
Oh, Selena, Hero. Hello?
Hello, Stella.
Well,
Hey,
done with
Mom?
my work for the day.
So are we.
You're.
Where's
Sorry, I
Angelo?
know. No, my husband is. I just about Hero's response there. I find really funny. Like considering this is still pretty early in the morning too. Like. Like we were, I thought especially Hero of all people was eager to leave town. We got like world saving to do, and just we've done enough today.
I mean,
Had a meeting, like break for lunch, take a long lunch, a whole day shot. But yeah, Helena's just I think Helena is actually slightly distracted by Hero saying that in universe, but just oh yeah, your meeting when well question mark.
Oh, my meeting. Yeah, I was meeting someone. It went fine. It was just a brief talk with someone.
Anything you want to talk about?
Well, I got some good news. I. mm, Well, let's talk about it inside. Where's Angelo?
yeah, where is Angelo?
That is a good question.
Yeah, I wonder where Angelo is.
The camera like pans across town.
Meanwhile, in the writer's room, when Angelo
When
isn't
Angelo
on
isn't
screen.
on screen.
Yeah?
Oh no.
Everyone
Oh, there
needs
goes
to
Sweet.
ask. Everyone needs to ask, where's
Swede.
Angelo?
The roll 20, Swede. There you are.
I think, okay. So yeah, I think Angelo's going to take a minute to arrive, given all things.
All right.
Given the timing of it. I swear I'm not just not playing the game. I'm still looking at. Actually, no, I found it. I don't like it, but best I can. I think it's still it's still a thing that works for him. And I've got
Alrighty.
have to. All right, but do go on.
All right. So yeah, Stella opens the door and walks in. Opens the door for you two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of go in.
Yeah.
Akako and
Yeah, Akako and Scott
Scott.
are around as well. They're just sort of on the couches, just hanging around.
Hey. Hey.
Yeah, and then Akako notices you, Hero, and goes, "Oh, Hero, there you are.
Hiya, go. And
Were you on Did you take her on one of your jogs or something?"
yeah, let's just say jogs. Yeah, it started out as that.
She narrows her eyes a bit. Huh.
Ah,
Started out as that. Hmm. And, well, Stella puts her jacket off, and then goes to grab a drink and says, "So, uh, Selena, I've got
Yeah,
some good news.
I'm glad.
I believe, tentatively, fingers crossed, that I believe I've taken care of the money issues."
Wow, that's pretty incredible. I mean, how do you manage that?
Oh, just happened to be able to speak to someone who was able to help.
Well, that's great, Mrs.
Kimberbell.
Mr. Skipwell.
Don't even remember my last name. Felina says, looking at Hero,
Oh no,
shaking her head
no,
slightly.
he remembered. I didn't remember.
I'm not sure if I should enter the scene now, because it would make it more awkward, but it would also distract from the current awkwardness in a way that it'd be hard to get back to.
How do you do it? Like,
Like I said, I just managed to find someone who was able to help me out.
oh, you mean just like we uh did a few times?
A few times. Oh, you found. Well, it's good to find people who can help you out of a jam.
Exactly.
Just hope you weren't going
What do
after.
you mean, who we found? Felina said, interrupting her, returning to Hero. You mean, are you talking about me?
What?
Who did
No.
we find to help us out of the jams other than you two clowns finding me? Exactly.
Oh, we found someone else just now, Polina. Hey,
How are you talking about?
whatever.
The work I just put in to say, do you even understand what I just said? No, we're not having this conversation,
No,
even though I just completely.
No, Polina, you did good work.
Is that a
Hello.
knock at the door?
Someone's at the door, Hero.
Uh, Well, I'll open it. I'll get it, I guess. The hero opens the door. Yes.
So, stood there is a man with kind of medium length kind of down facing hair, leather armor with kind of purple will be the word, inlay here and there, but not that extreme. And he looks, just says, "Hello," and just kind of walks past into the room.
Whoa. Hold on there, buddy. You can't just waltz in here. It's someone's house.
Hello?
Hello. Just decided on a little change, that's all.
Oh my,
Angelo?
Angelo.
Whoa. Emo Archangelo.
Nah, it's not emo. It's just, well, it's much more muted, but it's not like dark.
Oh no,
Okay,
he's
so
having it.
ignore the fucking facial hair. This is like as close as I think I can get to the length, and kind of considering Angelo's hair naturally blows, it probably couldn't actually be styled. But that's kind of where it's at. Sans the fucking mustache.
Oh, interesting.
Oh no,
Yeah,
Angelo.
Yeah.
Oh no, Angelo got hot.
That feels very like that's clearly a modern photo of a modern person, but it feels like he's styling his hair, both his hair and facial hair, after like someone who would assassinate a politician in the first half of the 20th century.
That's not the angle I was going for, but yeah.
No, not at all. I'm just talking about like the model specifically. Yeah. Like it doesn't communicate that for I think the mustache is a lot of it.
Did he get
but, like,
yeah, the soul patch is gone. Like he is now.
Oh wow.
He is like clean shaven.
Ooh.
Oh,
that would be very weird to request for James. Though I think, considering how long it's been, I think he would have probably got some stubble at some point. Oh, actually no. This thing. It's also dyed like it's no longer purple. It's been like dyed kind of darkish, kind of blackish.
All right.
Interesting.
And
So,
Angelo,
yeah.
What prompted this change?
Last night.
Fair, I guess. Yeah.
What happened with the mob? Felina made some good points.
better not become a teenage heartthrob and just saying.
Now hold on. What's this about things happening with the mob? Stella says.
We had a run-in. It was ill thought out, but thanks to Felina, it's been downplayed.
Oh. Wait.
Wait,
Downplayed. So you were going to see someone from the mob, weren't you? That's when I ran into you.
oh yeah.
Yeah, at that, Felina's kind of, like, annoyed a bit. Like, kind of, like, narrows her eyes in an exasperated sort of, kind of swivels back round. Oh, is that, your deductive reasoning at play there? I mean, maybe it was just a coincidence we happened to be, going to that specific room in that building or coming from.
Yeah. It wasn't like we're going to see Davros.
I'm very appreciative of that, even if Angelo is being very stoic at the moment, just so you know.
Yeah, Stella's eye twitches and says, Felina, there's no need for the lip.
There's no need for a lot of things.
Okay. Hero kind of leans back and go, I think we might want to be ready to evacuate.
Oh my.
So, speaking of, yeah, like going to anything. Was that who you were meeting with for your getting some of your debts cleared and stuff like that? Mentioned getting your money situation sorted out. I can't imagine there were a lot of people, in that room, to be having meetings with.
Stella sputters a bit and clears her throat and says, Felina, you I oh, you're too clever for your own good. Yes, we met with the same man.
Huh.
Yeah, you always said that growing up.
So wait, you also went to meet with Davros? Huh.
Yes. Yes,
Wait a
I
minute.
did.
Wait a minute. So he's the one who cleared your debt. Huh, what a nice man. Surprised he would do that for you. Wonder why.
Yeah, I was pretty proud of myself, kind of like going toe to toe,
Wait a
throwing
minute.
or arguing a case, really convincing him, really selling him something. But like, I mean, I always, you remember, I wanted to be a lawyer for a bit growing up. I mean, not to brag, but I think I'm pretty good at this sort of thing, selling something, arguing something, thinking on my feet. But
Wait a minute.
no offense, Mom, but like, if you can, get your money situation, like, maybe I'm overestimating myself. Maybe the guy's just a soft touch. I mean, what could you have said to get things, to clear things up? What could you have done to?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hero finally puts two and two together. Polina, the reason you fainted outside of Davros' door, you saw how cool your mom was, making him give up her debt.
You know what? That's not strictly speaking not true. Actually, it is. Never mind.
I mean, it depends on how you define cool, I guess.
Yeah, Stella is just kind of frozen there.
I was
Can't
more
believe
thinking
it.
in the way that the debt got cleared, but whatever.
I can't believe it. That Stella could take the mom
Again,
on like...
in a certain way, you could argue that was still pretty cool.
Still, that must have been something really cool to make you faint. You passed out. You turned all white, than usual.
Lena, did you happen to take a gander at what I was talking about with him?
Should
That actually, Felina wasn't quite expecting to just be directly, called and, confronted just like brought to the point. Oh, go ahead.
Angelo just kind of looks at Akako and Hiro and just says, "Should we go?"
Yeah,
Here on
Scott's also just like squirming in the couch.
Actually, yeah, I think we should. Come on, Akiko. We shouldn't be here.
I kind of want to see this.
No, you don't. Hero pulls her out.
Yeah, Angelo
Privacy.
just kind of like opens the door and just kind of ushers everyone out the front door.
Yeah.
Just looks at a group and says, "Maybe we should go and get a bite to eat. Leave those two to
Yeah.
it for a moment."
Yeah, let's. Wait, Hero used. I need to actually check my thing. Does Hero even have any money?
I've got Angelo has money.
Okay, so Felina.
Oh yeah, he does.
Angelo will treat.
So Felina.
Oh, yes. Just after everyone awkwardly clears out. And Felina just sort of, why do you ask? Does it matter? Is there something you don't want me to hear?
Felina, please just be straight with me. She says with a
That's
sort of
funny.
sigh.
That's be honest. I mean, I can understand wanting someone to be honest. That I think everyone kind of wants that, especially when it's about something important. Can you imagine that? Just like lying to someone, hiding the truth, for like, a day, a year, their whole life.
Felina, I'm then.
Yeah. I know.
Listen, I only ever hid it from you because I thought, I don't know, that it would keep you out of the line of business you went into.
What, going to law school? And then Felina kind of laughs. God, that's why you acted like that when I said I wanted to be a lawyer, huh? And I always remember thinking, I thought that's something you would have been supportive of, all things considered. I never got why that, of all things, you were so wary about. Well, I guess that makes sense at least.
The world I lost your father to is not a world I wanted to lose you to.
And yeah, Felina kind of, Felina's having some trouble like reacting to that. She clearly like readies a retort and kind of like loses the will to say it. She's a little like choked up right now. She's having trouble getting the words out. before she just, like, you, and you didn't trust me to talk to me about it?
It always seemed too dangerous, but it was, if I was raising you in this town and you being as clever as you are, I guess you were always going to run into this at some point. Your father is he is a complicated man.
Helena kind of nods at that. And then just, sort of. So what did he say? How did he take it? I didn't get any of that.
Oh, Davros he was very, well, he was taken aback. He had always assumed you were from someone else after he moved on from me. Didn't think he had any. I don't think he ever thought of himself as someone who would have these kind of connections. Thought of himself as someone who had to bury those connections.
Helena kind of like has a little snort, chuckle at that. And then sort of scratches the back of her head and, then just starts laughing a bit, breaks out into laughter before just. Oh. And, I was thinking I should have figured this out before somehow or something, but to think he hadn't figured it out, guess, my smarts didn't come from him, Sharona, all this time. He really didn't know, huh?
You take after him in a lot of ways, Felina.
Yeah, Helena flinches hard when Stella says that. She does not like hearing that, though.
Every time I saw him in you, it both encouraged and frightened me.
Well, at the end of the day, he and I are very different people, right?
Yeah, quite different in quite a few ways. She sort of just sounds like she's saying that to herself. Like trying to, her voice kind of cracks a bit at that.
Yeah, Felina sort of scratches the back of her head. Well, on that note, guess, do got a world to save or whatever. Should probably check on the other two, figure out, our next move. Actually, the other two, I shouldn't say that. I'll just say the others. I don't know if I'm counting Akiko or not, but feel bad for, Scott. He's been in this adventure a while. He doesn't know he's not a PC. He doesn't know he doesn't have a soul. He doesn't have true free will like the others.
He stops existing the moment Neo stops playing him. He ceases. He's only held in reality by pure cognition of the GM. I think Sweet's gone, which is a shame. But
no, I'm here. I just muted my mic.
Oh no.
Okay, I think Angelo just kind of takes everyone to a diner, somewhere nearby. Probably somewhere that wouldn't be too hard for Felina to find whenever she departs. But yeah, he just kind of takes everyone there, just buys everyone breakfast, a drink. Don't know if it's still breakfast time.
All right. Let's see, it's a party of
And
4,
like,
so...
oh, let's avoid this awkward situation. Goes to the diner Stella works at, and she just shows up for her shift in
I
like
don't
30
think
minutes.
I don't know. I don't know if
But
No.
I actually don't
She,
know.
well,
if
she said she
Fel-
was done with work for the day,
Ah, okay.
anyways.
I don't
Yeah.
even know. I think Angelo just grabs the nearest place, or whatever.
Yeah, so breakfast for a party of 4, put down 12 points.
All right, yeah, Angelo does that. He's being very lavish with his coin at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Well, clearly he went to get a haircut, and he's buying out.
And he's got new duds. He's wearing kind of like more traditional kind of leather kind of adventurer's kit.
Yeah, no, Hero just goes. So, decided the bombastic thing wasn't for you.
I honestly don't know anymore. Last night just, I don't know, it made something else click for me.
I am dark and brooding now.
What did you do last night? Akiko asks.
Me
thinking about it.
and Hero had a little run-in with some criminals who were a lot more connected than we might realize.
Yeah.
Oh.
But-
Felina put it right, I hate to say.
Yeah.
I hate that's
Well-
what right might be, but seemingly she's right about everything, so
I'm not everything.
okay, she's correct, not right. I don't know.
You know, we did a mistake. You know, Terrebonne is a complicated city. It's a weird city.
Is it too complicated or are we too simple, Hero?
Don't know how to really. I've always been told I'm simple. But, you know.
You're a
Because
good-
you are.
He's a good man, Akiko. He's just, I don't think this town is quite ready for that. Maybe it never will be. Maybe at some point it was and then ceased to be.
Still here.
I don't know. I just find it interesting.
I see.
What? I didn't tell you much about my dad, Cafe Lombard, right?
No, you didn't.
He was rotten. If there's anything in his world I don't want to be, it's him. It
Well,
took him it took him years, every day. He tried to train me to think like him, to act like him. I wasn't a child, I was a replacement. It took
Oh.
the school I went to, or its headmaster, he was clearly stopping my dad's influence from reaching me, to break that. 3 years to break Cafe Lombard Jr. Angelo Elgado? I think Felina managed to break him in a matter of months.
Ow.
Wow.
Ow.
We can't really.
Felina's not here to be like that's like it's earned. It's not unearned, but that's like also wow. That's I think the meanest thing anyone said about Felina so far. Weirdly,
Felina sneezes as she argues with her mom.
She's not wrong, she's not right, but she's correct and she's sure she's right. That's muddled. Everything's muddled. But I don't know. I think it's a good thing. We're going to save your family. We're going to stop your old friend. And then I think I'll take a little while to experience the world before I decide once again who I want to be in it.
Yeah.
Awkward breakfast conversation is there.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
no, this is awkward. Let's go and get lunch.
We're having
Right on
breakfast.
to lunch.
You just leave breakfast.
Felina
and
shows
goes-
up at the lunch, starts reacting to things. Akiko's like, I think I'm gonna go find a cafe, grab a coffee. You coming, Scott? Scott decides to go get a drink when that gets awkward.
Well, I really don't know what to say. I don't.
That's
really-
fine. I don't. I'm gonna be honest, Hero. You always do the right thing, but you hardly ever say it.
Yeah.
Line. That's a fucking good line.
Yeah.
What's that supposed to mean?
Angelo doesn't answer. He just keeps eating. Just sips his drink. Sips his water.
Little did he realize, as Angelo looks kind of disgruntled, he picks up a newspaper across the room.
He's actually been
Another man
holding a
puts-
newspaper under the desk, and that's why he's such a fucking snarkfest right now.
Oh, actually, no, I like the idea. Angelo pulls up his paper, and across the room on the other side, a man puts down his paper, and it's bigger. So
There
they'll
can only
never
be one
meet.
raised newspaper at a time.
Scott
Yeah.
actually speaks up and says, "My dad always taught me to think of myself as a tool."
Ah,
No one can respond to that. That's just
Yeah, no, there's no good fucking.
Jesus Christ, man.
wow. The worst thing our dad was.
That is not only a fucked up thing to have in your life, like, unfortunately, that's also just. Who says that? I don't, like, that's as relevant as that's ever going to be to a conversation, but, like, that's such a, like.
I actually stopped myself from
Conversation
saying
killer
the
of a
Angelo
sentence.
thing because the immediate Angelo response would be is in a good way, but no, I think he's in a moment where he's like too fucking done to think to he's like bring that out. Angelo just kind of like looks across the table at him like he's waiting for that to go anywhere.
Well,
So, you know.
well, at least the worst thing our dad did was tell lame dad jokes.
Wonder what the worst thing Felina's dad ever did was.
Work with O'Malley.
There was that time he
True.
kind of trapped some guy in a imaginative hell dimension. Or was part of it anyway. No, actually he wasn't.
Yeah.
Well, Felina, now that you
No,
know
well,
who
he
this-
was there. He was in the fight where
yeah.
they did that.
Okay. I couldn't remember if he was like, if he signed off on that or was only brought in after it fucking went down.
No, all the mob bosses signed off on it, and they did a coup. I forget what he did in the fight, but I remember he did something, even though he's of the four the least.
Probably,
know.
yeah, probably
But
some
all
clerical
four-
duty.
And Vigor also jumped him. I forget if Gaku's boys, his top three guys, I forget if they were there too. But
Oh, also, since Felina, since you don't know who your father is, time to learn about the uncle you will never want to interact with. He's a powerful rat.
Are you saying that him and the elf are brothers?
he's
The mafia family.
O'Malley is not mob family. He was an associate at best.
He was mob family, and you kicked him out.
Was he a maid?
He
rat?
wasn't. He was never a made guy.
He was a maid guy.
Oh
You
my
just-
God.
I mean, he was a maid guy, but more in a fetish kind of way.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Heyo. You're just mad that O'Malley is the most powerful creature on Hemlock.
Imagine if, like, the Terrebone mob was just, like, they were all maids. Like an Akiba maid war. Maybe that will be, if a city gets a new crime faction, like Regents, maybe that will be their crime faction maid cafe organization.
vigor, vigor.
So you don't really have a. But Scott, this continues. So I guess you just never really have a choice in how you're shaped, huh?
I guess.
I can't say. Angelo Elgado, as he was the amalgamation of watching 3 years worth of people at a hero school underwater, what he imagined them to be, what he wanted to be, and the opposite of the man he hated most.
Wait, when you say Angelo Elgado like he's a different person, is that not their name anymore, or?
I suppose it still is. What do I know?
Okay.
Hero is smarter than Randall, but like I feel like the more time goes by, the closer they get in intelligence.
I mean, I don't
Each
think Hero
fight
as a
leaves
concept
Hero
was
a
meant...
little more concussed.
I don't think Hero as a character was ever designed to deal with an identity crisis, especially such a fucking absurd one.
I have to say, this is interesting to like observe. Just this is the most like my character conversation I've seen to not involve,
Yeah,
one of
you
my
should probably
characters.
turn up or stumble upon us at some point.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I do have one.
Yeah.
I have one last thing for her to say. Ask her mom before leaving, though.
Right.
I want to have a little tail end on that scene. As she's, saying, should probably go catch up with the other guys. She stops, before leaving. Did Mima know? Which is her grandmother.
No, I never. I only a few people knew who your father really was. They're the people who I happened to. They were, they were the people who happened to be around in that circle with me and him.
Like Katrina.
Yeah.
I find it a bit unbelievable that mom wouldn't know.
That circle. How long were you together?
About a year.
I just kind of figured it was like a one night stand or something.
No. No.
Sorry to assume that. I'll see you later. Then.
Yeah.
And yeah, Felina heads out. That kind of threw her at the end, just learning this was not some, just product of a hookup or something. This was a real relationship. But yeah, she's going to seek out the others.
I think we're probably like sat on a bench like outside the diner or whatever. We're not like hiding indoors. Just like
we're eating ice cream.
Well, maybe you are.
I mean, it's a small town. Felina knows everyone here. She can kind of ask, hey, you see, group of people go this,
Yeah.
It wouldn't be hard for her to pick up a trail.
Yeah, you come across the rest of them.
Yeah.
You just come across the table, like everyone's kind of sat in a weird, like, heavy, awkward silence. You've gone from that to this.
Yeah. Felina kind of shows up, just sees everyone, like, hanging out, like, hey, how's the party going?
It's going all right. Just went over some recent problems we've been having. But those, they're none too important. We've still got something of a journey ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Lots of things. to come to grips with. So I found out who my dad is. Felina just sort of says casually, sitting down.
Oh, wow.
Is it Davros?
What?
You are sharp today. Felina, it takes her a moment to, decide how she wants to respond to that before going with as non-committal, or sort of irreverent a response she can to that, but sort of then closes her eyes and nods her head a bit.
How are you feeling?
Doesn't make a difference to me, I suppose.
You suppose.
I am who I am, regardless of it. It's not like, he was around raising me or anything.
Wait.
The person.
Davros, your dad?
Yes.
Oh.
He didn't know, I want to point out. That arguing, that wasn't him being soft on, his daughter or anything. I did that. He didn't find out till, about the same instant I did. But,
Oh, wow.
It's nice to know your argument held up, even without that.
it is,
Meanwhile, Davros just thinking, fuck, if I knew she was my daughter, I wouldn't have gotten easy on her.
No back talk, young lady.
Davros,
even if
I could have won that argument.
Even if I'm a good lawyer,
What you was about to
it's
say,
not
even if I'm
like
part
because
elf.
of him, right?
I suppose not. It's
I
not
may be
all in the blood,
stupid.
who we are. Angelo says, being a fucking... What's it called?
No,
The mage type.
I'm curious.
The mage type where you get all your power through bloodline. Sorcery, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Actually, what made you, confident enough to answer like that? I'm curious. You were pretty quick to, figure out who it was when I said that. What made it,
You listened.
Like, is it just context, or...
You listened into the room, you fainted. You and your mother were having a heavy conversation, then you come back and tell me. Then you come back and tell us who your father is. I don't quite know what kind of person...
Cool, yeah.
Oh.
I don't know what kind of person would have put that together next to Hero and talking to the person dating Randall.
Yeah, Angelo stopped talking.
Yeah.
Oh my, so that's why she got the debt cleared.
Angelo just kind of looks at Felina. Was that why she got the debt cleared?
Yeah, seems that way.
My God.
Well, not exactly. I kinda...
You cut the threads.
Felina inhales a bit. It's funny. Felina thinks. Then stops. You had met Davros before this. We've all met him before. Do you think we look similar or anything like that? Or did you get any similar vibes from us? I'm not saying obviously you would just meet someone and immediately assume secret father or something, especially since, I thought I knew who my dad was, but does this make sense? Is this something you could have seen before, do you think?
No.
And I will say on a meta level, there is definitely a family resemblance, though, between Felina and Davros. And yeah.
Does she have the same actual eye color as him, or did she get that from her?
Her eye color is... She gets her eyes more from her mom's, but they have very similar
the big feature, like
Okay.
ears wise, face shape.
Yeah, no, ears. That's something that we haven't talked about in character yet that Felina is going to have to grapple with. But she does have, very elf-like pointy ears. There's a bit of fur on, like, the tips of her ears. So she went her whole life thinking that was just because she was, somewhere between cat ears and human ears. But they were basically just elf ears this whole time, even though she...
Yeah,
no experience, no experience on failure. This would be a wisdom check, not an intelligence check, because it's putting something like. This is just a flavor. Like, did Angelo thing that? Fuck. Angelo did. Angelo, yeah, he just he points out very. Well, he's being very fucking blunt and kind of not dead. What's the word similar to stoic and deadpan? I don't want to say emotionless either. Blunt, maybe. Yeah, he does go. Your ears weren't like stoics and.
Yeah, but I don't know. Just being part human, I guess. I don't know. The hair color kind of makes sense, and he's kind of. So I used my power on my mom the other night. Just after, the debt collector got there and went through that, and I don't know. It's always stressed me out seeing my mom have to deal with that, and I realized I had the power to change that. She was tied down by debt. I could free her from that. I could cut the chain of her debt. So I did that.
And doing so.
And the thing is, when I've used my powers like this before, if I just cut something very simple and physical, that's fine. The universe, reality, it's very easy to cope with two things being physically separated. Or even if something, as long as something is practical and physical, it's easy, but with these eyes, you seeing the tapestry of reality and going into concepts, the real meta-reality that we live in.
Huh?
To cut a connection, it can't just be severed. The universe has to, it happens in an instant, but as this, structure collapses, it has to
you think you
support itself and justify. I mean, could I have? I don't. When I was gambling, I severed someone from their lucky streak, and it turns out, they had. Do you remember? Fuck, I forget her name. Yellow
mermaid?
ring bearer, the
No,
prostitute,
Kochi.
Kochi. You remember Kochi, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
She was, working at the time. A client of hers who had bought her time for the night was gambling, and he put her as collateral on the bet. And he didn't realize that he apparently had been using a good luck charm, and she apparently had it on her when he put her up, and unwittingly bet away and lost his good luck charm. But was he using a good luck charm before I did that? I didn't know that he was using one or not. It was, this situation where he could have been using one or he could have not been using one. But when I used my power, the only way it made sense, it had to be, or the most logical thing it could be, the most likely situation, I guess, was that he was using a good luck charm. So, did my powers manifest that? I'm not saying it necessarily changed reality, but if reality is, what I see, what I experience is that's locked in. That's real. I can't, or at least I don't think it would rewrite my own memories. I guess I would have no way of knowing that, but it certainly doesn't seem to. But if something isn't concrete for me then. But if that's true, I mean, what does that say about anything in the world? That nothing is certain, nothing is really locked down, nothing's really real until I experience it now? Is that what,
I think it just says that you care more about this than you know. He came saying that he wasn't there, it didn't matter,
Yeah.
but you care. You're just burying it under all this questioning of the power.
I guess. I don't know. It's a lot to take in. I don't know. How would you feel if you had, just found out about, Kate Lombard? I don't know. I guess that's a shitty question to ask. That changes so much.
I'm not.
I don't know. It's one of those things. Even when I found out that Raul wasn't my dad, like, not even fucking a real person. Part of you expects it to be someone you just have trouble picturing some mysterious stranger, but at the same time, you can't imagine anyone that you know being the person, and it's just, I don't know, it's different. Everything feels different, At least here. I don't even know how he's taking it, really. I mean, my mom kind of said, but...
Davros is having a moment where he's standing in his room like, I have a daughter. I have a daughter.
But
Well, if
Rob
there's
is
an
my
upside to
real
this,
daughter.
The silver lining, I guess, is, hey, this might be useful for me, for us, Who knows, might be able to exploit this for personal gain.
Well, you can enjoy that. I'm not sure I'd feel quite right benefiting from it myself.
Well, yeah, I kind of agree. But might be nice for Bullet Girl.
Oh. I wonder how Sylvana is gonna take it that your dad is part of a mob.
Speaking of Sylvana, is there anything left in town for us to do before we make our way onwards?
I guess not really.
We probably shouldn't dally then.
Felina's kind of looking off for a minute there.
You just found your father. I'm not quite sure I want Hero to lose his, and every day we dawdle, that likelihood gets greater and greater.
No, we should leave today. Just.
Do you want to talk to Davros before we go? It might be something that.
Do you think I should?
I can't say what the immediate future holds, but we're going into a risky situation. With what you know, you probably should act in a way where you don't feel you'll leave any regrets. That's the way you've told us to live.
Alright.
God, the fact that I've got a fucking cut in my mouth is really adding to the fucking misery of Angelo right now.
Yeah.
Damn.
I feel bad.
It's fine.
Alright, yeah, Felina's like, well, we'll regroup I guess we'll regroup at my mom's place. But, yeah, I should do this on my own.
Yeah.
I understand.
I'll try and... Yeah.
Well, if you need us, you know where to find us. But good luck, Felina.
Yeah.
Felina's gonna enter Davos's office and he's sitting there like Gendo.
Have these been the most somber fucking sessions to take place in Terrebonne? Because I feel like even in the entirety
Yeah.
of Party 3, it's never just been this kind of somber talking around tables.
Yeah.
I don't know. There were a couple of pretty somber parts. There was at least one, I think.
In Terrebonne itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
I maybe not. There was at least one that was kind of close.
It was
It wasn't
a lot
long
more
after-
like anger at each other moments than like
Yeah.
like everyone just kind of being like, oh,
Oh, O'Malley, did you kill like? Oh, come on.
There
man.
was something weirdly like I think one of the reasons the moment where Vigor tries to just murder O'Malley works so well is like it doesn't feel like this angry boiling point thing. It feels way more just bleak and sad. Like, this is not Vigor snaps in a rage and tries to. It's just this like he's broke, he's done, he doesn't care. There's nothing left to do. Just like if it was an anime, there'd
did
definitely
it
be
come
no
after
music.
did it come after Vigor realized that O'Malley had like moved into his dead neighbor's like apartment next door, and it was
had
just
killed and
yeah,
fed his neighbor to milkshake and been living there for a while.
and
out of
and
spite.
just because like Angelo kicked him out and he was so petty, he had to be like, nah, I'm gonna be in this apartment. And Vigor at that point is just like, fucking no, you have to die now. That's
And like after all the times, he had stopped Ariana from killing O'Malley at least a couple of times at that point, and stopped her from attacking him more and thing, and then just no, this. I regret letting him live this. Like I think that was the thing. It wasn't a rage. I have to kill you now, or like it was just realizing it never should have gotten this far. Should have killed him a long time ago.
I've had enough of this fucking rat.
O'Malley's such a good fucking character.
Yeah.
That's one of the only
Fucking body
times.
show.
It's one of the few times too we had specifically described like atmospheric, weather situation with just the pouring, driving rain. Well, they stood on the rooftop.
It's the least fair fight as well ever, because it's a fucking giant muscle man against a fucking humanoid rat. It's like
He had
tiny.
a crossbow.
Still.
And and I love that it went in that direction too, of him just pinning O'Malley down, just strangling him, both hands around his neck. That was such a good way for that fight to be ending too.
No grace,
So
no technique,
cinematic.
just kill the rat. Kill the rat.
I know I will die, but this is for the greater good.
Meanwhile, this party's spirit is kind of dead. Except for Hero.
well,
eternal
Hero is
flame.
trying to keep up.
Hero just doesn't know how to deal with people being this miserable.
Yeah, no, like he lived a bit in La La Land.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think after that, I don't know when. I think you're going to do that meeting. I think Angelo does just kind of go back. Yeah, he doesn't do anything fancy. He doesn't mope around the city or anything. He just kind of heads back to Stella's house.
Also, that reminded me, I'm just gonna repost this because it's been a while, but
Yeah.
There
Very
it
good
is.
image.
Good meme.
I have done nothing
Yeah, I
wrong.
was looking for that.
Okay, so when you go to Stella's house, she is just sort of in the kitchen, just sort of staring off into nothing. She just seems lost in thought. Takes a moment to even greet you.
Hello, Stella.
Hello.
Did you hear us yell?
Hello.
I just realized, wait, Scott and Akako were also there for that conversation.
Yeah.
weren't
They were.
Yeah.
They got extra ice cream, so it could sit there and it's arguing
So
more.
yeah, Stella knows that Felina knows, and Felina knows that we know, but Stella doesn't know that we know.
Yeah.
But she could probably infer. God, that's actually. I don't even know what she can infer. No, okay, Angelo just says. Angelo, like, yeah, before it goes on, just says, "We're going to be leaving the city today."
Oh, are you?
Angelo nods. "We're on to put a stop to this."
That hero now, like, mistakenly thinks that Stella and Davros are married.
Right. Well,
I appreciate the hospitality you've shown us while we've been in Terrebonne.
of course. You know, hopefully when you're hopefully, well, if it all goes according to plan, you can come back.
Maybe.
I'll prepare something good for you in celebration.
Yeah,